basically today I will be talking to y'all about reselling, the type of mindset you need to resell sneakers. So the type of mindset you need, it needs to be, you need to have persistence, right? Because you need to be able to constantly resell sneakers, to keep your money to grow. Like if you want your money to stack, you got to obviously resell sneakers. That's how you make your money, right? Two, you need to have, some type of math background, because you need to be able to figure out how much money you need to be making, how much money the shoe needs to sell for, how much is break even. You need to know these terms, so you need to have a little bit of an English background, like break even, uh, reselling, profit margin. I mean, these are simple to me, but I guess anybody with a high school education should know these terms, right? So I'm gonna go like a little opinionated step-by-step thing that you should keep in mind. So if you don't have an interest in reselling sneakers, exit this video because this has no portion. You're not gonna be able to resell sneakers if you don't have interest in it. Two, next step, if you do have an interest in reselling sneakers, you need to keep in mind of the retail price and the reselling price. So retail price is just simple explanation, how much the shoe released for. So when it first came out, how much was it priced? Was it 160, 180, 190, whatever they put it as? Reselling price, after the shoe sold off of the first market. So DTLR, Foot Locker, those first markets. How much did the shoe resell for? Usually on places like eBay or Amazon or any reselling website. Craigslist is another example, right? The reason why you need to keep track of that is because when you want to resell a shoe, you need to know what your possible profit margins are. So if the shoe sold originally for retail at 160 and it resells now for $350, that's at least $100+ right there in profit margin that you could make, right? Third thing you need to keep in mind is the limitedness of a shoe and the hype of a shoe. If it's really limited or really hyped, you might want to go after those shoes because those are shoes people want, right? They want limited and or hyped shoes. Is limited basically means like few amounts, like a few amount of pairs. Like they only released a certain amount, right? Hype is more of like what people buy because they're sheep, they follow other people. So basically everybody likes this one shoe, so everybody's buying that shoe. Those are the best shoes to go after, right? Next thing you want to keep in mind, when you're going after these shoes, you need to keep in mind of the retail price. When you're looking to buy a shoe, you want to buy it for retail or below retail, because mind you, you're trying to sell it, in a reseller's market. So you're going to be selling it in resellers' prices, right? So it's going to be above retail. Hopefully, it's going to be above retail. The more, the merrier. The higher you can get it, and someone will buy it for, the better it is for you, right? Next thing you want to keep in mind is when you're selling the shoe, some things to put into your price. You want to put into how much it is to break even. So however much you spent on that shoe, that needs to be included in the price. So if you spend $100, it needs to be at least $100 for you to get your money back. You want to also keep in your price a profit. So if you plan to make $20, you need to add $20 to the break even price. So if you spend $100 and you want to make $20, your total price needs to be at least $120 for you to get your money back and get your profit, right? Last thing you want to keep in mind is how much did you buy? So you need to balance those two things out. Pretty much the next thing, like balance them out. If you bought the shoe at $100, the shoe retails for $130, right? And you wanted to make $50 off of that shoe, well, it's now already over the retail price. So that's when you have to check the reselling price. Is that shoe going for higher in the resale? Is it limited? Is it hyped? Because if it is, there's a better chance that you'll get that extra amount of money. If not, you may have to reduce your price, which may be cutting into your profit. Mind you, you should never buy a shoe if you're not certain that you can make your money back. You need to always be sure that you're going to make your money back. So, we put all of those things together, very simple. You need to buy a shoe, you need to keep track of the retail price, the reselling price. You need to factor in, when you're selling the shoe, you need to factor in how much money you want to make and what's the break-even price. And you also want to balance that out with the market. So you want to balance it out how much other people are selling it for. If other people are selling it for $300 and you bought it for $200 and all you want to make is $50, your price is now the new hot price because everybody else is selling it for $300. Now you get to sell it for $250. that makes your shoe more desirable than other people's shoes just because it's cheaper. Especially if it's in a DS condition. That DS standing for dead stock, which is brand new, fresh out the box, fresh out the factory. If it's in a brand new condition and it's a cheaper price than everybody else was a brand new condition, it's hot. It's probably gonna sell, like butter. It's gonna be easy, squeezy peasy, right? If you're trying to sell used shoes, make sure they're in the best condition as possible. If you wanted to compete with the brand new shoes. So if you're trying to sell used shoes, make sure they're possibly only worn 1 to 5 times, and make sure they were only worn to be shown or be or what about a fitting test? They were only worn to be in a fitting test to make sure the shoes fit you, or they were worn to be shown in the video if you make videos. Don't want to be trying to resell shoes that stink, creased up, cut up, paint peeling off, any of that, sole separation. So those are just a few things to keep in mind. So with that, all that being said, I'll probably leave that down in the description for people who want to know. But you never know who comes to my videos to watch or who don't watch, who just fake support. Shout out to the fake supporters though. Even though y'all click on my video to watch it, but y'all don't watch the whole thing, I still get the view. So you feel me, homie? Shout out to you for the fake support. Cause they show fake love to my face. Whole time I want to. Anyway, so I catch y'all later in the next video. It's your boy Trey Sneakers, and I am out.